We're going to stay out west for this matchup as we head to Stillwater, Oklahoma at Boone Pickens Stadium, where the Arkansas Razorbacks come into town to take on the number 16 Oklahoma State Cowboys. Pistol Pete shining bright at the center stage right here on the table, as you can see. Big game for these two, Brad. 12 o'clock kickoff on ABC/ESPN Plus. Oklahoma State only favored by 7.5 in this game. Brad, again, like I said, SEC versus Big 12, big matchup for both of these programs. Sam Pittman once on the hot seat, absolutely obliterated Arkansas Pinebluff last week. Was that a fluke, or was that the beginning of a new era under new offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino, a.k.a. Motorcycle Bobby? Brad, I'll turn it over to you. Thoughts on Mike Gundy versus Bobby Petrino? Both probably drink and drive, but hey, who comes out on top of this one?
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, man, this is a fun one. This is just it feels like these two teams should play more than they do. So I'm really excited for this one Saturday. I think I'm probably gonna have this one on one screen and the Texas Michigan game on the other screen. But yeah, Nate, man, you hit the nail on the head. This is gonna be a fun one. Everyone has talked about this all season, Ollie Gordon, and obviously for good reason. He was a beast last year. He was the leading rusher in the country. I will say, guys, and I don't know how y'all felt. It'd be interested to get your takes in a second, but I was a little underwhelmed. 27 carries for 104 yards, only a long of 12. So, not the performance that I expected. And granted, they were playing a good South Dakota state team, a team that has been really, really good in FCS, but it was just underwhelming to me for a guy that is considered the best running back in the country and maybe a Heisman contender. Alan Bowman is serviceable. I don't think he's anything spectacular. And so now transition over to Arkansas. We make jokes here and everyone does about, Motorcycle Bobby. And I'll be honest, not a huge fan of the guy, but the man knows how to run an offense and to call an offensive game plan. I will give my hats off to him. I got to be honest, guys, when I really started deep diving into this game, I'm impressed with Arkansas. Granted, I know the opponent. The opponent is not great, but Arkansas's got some dudes on offense. I'm really, really impressed with their senior running back, Jaquindon Jackson. He's big. He's physical, 6'2", 233 pounds. Not only Oklahoma State, but teams moving forward in the SEC, they're not going to want to tackle this guy in the fourth quarter this year. They've got an impressive receiving core. I really, really like tight end Luke Haas. I think he's due for a big year. But the big name is Boise State quarterback transfer Taylen Green, and this guy just impressed me. He's got a great arm. He showed some accuracy. But then you add in last week 6 carries for 86 yards. This guy is a true dual threat, and I was so impressed watching bits and pieces of this game that Arkansas played last week. Bobby Petrino just used his strengths. He got him on the perimeter. He had some quarterback design runs. And then real quick on the defensive side of the ball, Luke Jackson is kind of the star of this Arkansas defense. He's big. He's physical. He's good against the he's good against the rush and the pass. And then Georgia linebacker transfer Xavier Sorey. He had a sack last week. He had a couple of tackles. So Arkansas, to me, I'm not saying they're back or whatever, but I think they've shown some legit improvement this offseason. And guys, for that reason, I'm picking an upset here. Woo Pig Suey in this one. I think they're going to go into Stillwater. And I think their physicality up front is going to slow down Ollie Gordon, and I think they're going to force Alan Bowman to beat him. And I think Taylen Green has a big day, so I'm going to take the Razorbacks in an upset here.
Wow, great pick, Brad. Great pick, Rooster. I'll turn it over to you. Thoughts on this game and who comes out on top, SEC versus Big 12?
Well, Arkansas last week, before that game started, all of us thought that their coach was just left for the walking dead because everybody's just talking about how he's going to get fired at the end of the season. But then he got a big old booster shot and got Taylen Green out there absolutely running all over the place. He was absolutely dynamic. Had, 50 points at halftime? That is, even if it's Arkansas Pinebluff, that is not something to overlook. Alabama didn't even put up 50 at half against Western Kentucky. That's not something to undersell. But then on the other hand, you got Oklahoma State back there with arguably the best running back in the country. And, Oklahoma State, it is a home game, and they're a very strong team, but they've got something extra to play for, Nate. You know what that is?
What's that?
Vengeance against the NCAA for taking the QR codes off the back of their helmet. Their players are going to be playing for some extra money in this game. And just for that, I'm taking the Oklahoma State Cowboys, baby. They're going to get the job done. And they may even cover it by 8 points, by a half, because you know why? They're out to get that bag.
Well, one thing can be promised. We know that John Daly and Mike Gundy might be having a drinking contest after this game, Arkansas versus Oklahoma State. But, hey, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk football. With that being said, I think y'all both bring up great points. Arkansas, to their credit, came out and just absolutely smoked Arkansas Pine Bluff. And usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the hog getting smoked on the smoker. On the other side, you got a dynamic running back, in all seriousness, one of the best running backs in all the nation, in Ollie Gordon. We know what he's capable of. Mike Gundy has just done a tremendous job with this program. Mike Gundy's been coaching at Oklahoma State for probably longer than we've been alive, Brad. I mean, it's incredible how long he's been there for. I say all that to say we talk about the new quarterback play for both of these teams. We talk about the defenses. I got to go with my gut. I got to go with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They always play really well at home. The sticks are going to be slapping against the wall. That's one of another cool traditions in college football. We all know about the sticks that are slapped against the wall. Well, let me tell you, they're going to be slapping sticks against those hogs this Saturday. Give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys and Pistol Pete. Mike Gundy's going to get it done in an old-fashioned run game. They're going to keep Arkansas's offense off the field. I think this is going to be a clock management game for Oklahoma State. They're going to do everything that they can to keep Arkansas and Bobby Petrino off the field and get him on his motorcycle back to Fayetteville as quickly as possible. Let us know in the comments who you believe will win this matchup between the Arkansas Razorbacks and Oklahoma State Cowboys.